Good morning, everyone. I'm here at Royal Hobart Golf Club. This is the work we've done on the 7th hole. It's been shaped up, irrigation's in, and yesterday was the start of the hydroseeding process. So I think we're in about week 5 of the project here. So the guys at Golf Shapes have done a fantastic job. And I might just give you a little story, because the last video I did was when it was in dirt mode. So our tees are back there. It's going to be a pretty short 265 metre par 4 off the tips. We've got probably got about 30-35 metres worth of tees. So Steve Lewis, the superintendent, will be able to adjust the tee distances based on maybe the daily wind position. And as I spin back around here on the hole, the predominant wind is over the left shoulder and helping. So the 260 metre par 4 is going to be very achievable for a lot of players, particularly when they get it downwind. However, there's a little bit of trouble that can be gained if you're a little bit long, or if the wind takes you somewhere you're not supposed to be. So look, the idea with this is to get a lot more width. We've got a lot of ability to get width here. It's about 60 metres from left side to right side. We've had the ability to put in a little central bunker there to tease the golfer, give them a little carry point in the middle of the fairway. The distances I just measured out are off the tips. It's 233 metres to clear that little bunker into the green. I believe the right-hand greenside trap was 245, and the centre of the green is probably going to sit at about the 260-265 metre mark. So again, downwind, that's going to be pretty achievable off the tips. As you move it forward, I can move the tees all the way to the front, and that carry distance of the bunker suddenly reduces to about 198 metres, and the greenside bunker on the right is only 225, with the centre of the green in the sort of 235-240 range. So downwind off the front tees, this is going to be a very tempting golf hole that more people are going to think they can reach, and I hope a few of them knock it on the green and make a 2, and I hope a few of them bugger it up and make a 6. And next week we come back and I want to see a lot of indecision on the tee. If there's a lot of contemplation about which club to hit, then I think we've made a very interesting and tempting golf hole. Got a big left side of the fairway over here, which is going to be very important to getting to right-hand pin positions, and we've just scuffed an area up in the front here, which is just going to be our sandy waste. So where it's sort of exposed dirt through here, we're going to be putting little planters of more of those little native grasses, just to make it look raw and basically the way the course was when it first started. So we're going to do a little bit more of that. So I'm actually going to create a little bit of a carry point to get down into that left-hand side of the fairway. The carry distance of that is about 260 off the tips, but that reduces down to about 120 metres as you get more forward. So if the tees get put in on the right-hand side, and that'll become more evident as I walk up near the green, you really want to get down to that left side of the fairway to get the ideal shot in. Vice versa, when I put the pin on the far left side of the green, particularly a front left one, then you really want to come down this right-hand side to get the ideal pin. So just looking at some of the hydroseeding they've done yesterday, it almost looks like it's been photoshopped, because it's a very unusual green colour. We've actually solid turfed fescue around the edges of the bunkers, just so it can establish quicker, and we can come back later on and start mucking around with the final shape of the bunker. Only going to be small bunkers. This first one would be lucky to be 8 or 9 metres across, work out about 50 or 60 square metres in size, and a similar size for the greenside trap. So we got 2 bunkers here that are no more than about 150 square metres in total, and a lot less maintenance for the crew, a lot simpler, easier to walk in and out of. They'll still act as a penalty, of course, if you go in it, but it's better. This, as I pan back towards the 8th hole, there's a couple of bunkers up the left-hand side there that are 150, 200 square metres on their own, and there's 3 and 4 of them scattered around the green. So, this is an exercise to have the minimal amount of bunkers, make them look great, create a Royal Hobart style, but be a lot easier to maintain for the staff. So I'm down here at about, I believe it's 233 to carry the back of that trap to get on that little landing platform. So I'm probably here at about 220, 230 metres, and if I go and throw the pin over onto that left-hand side, this is the place I want to come in from. So if I tuck a pin in behind that bunker on the right, this is the area I don't want to be coming in from. So I think what's great about it is that you really need to know where the pin position is when you're on the tee, because it's going to make a massive difference on where you put your tee shot. You're not hitting into the same position every week. I'll just stop here and have a pan around just so you can kind of take it in, and now that it's been hydroseeded, you can pick up a lot more of the humps and bumps in the fairway that you couldn't see when it was in the dirt. And there we are looking back to the tee. Again, we've kind of really just this left simple, rugged, we've even just made little piles, and we want it to look as rough and raw as possible. We're coming back here later on today to plant out a few of the native grasses. So the blue flags are kind of some areas where we're just going to spray out some blobs. There's going to be lots of open sand areas through here, but it'll still act as a fairly tough penalty, and it's going to make this place look a hell of a lot better than trying to manicure grass from fence line to fence line. I'm just moving around here. There's our little greenside trap. We're gonna let that back edge of the fescue get pretty shaggy, and I think it's going to look really cool. That was actually the old 7th green over there. So the original plan was that they actually almost used to have to hit a banana slice off the tee to get it around the corner and play to that old green. And the problem was that the adjacent 6th fairway, they used to get a lot of these balls out there, and vice versa. The players who sliced it on 6 used to come out in here, and this area right here was very dangerous. So we've straightened it out and shortened this 7th hole originally in an effort to make it safer. But what it's done is it's enabled us to produce this really strong risk and reward short par 4, which I really think the members are going to love. Just moving back around into the shade. It's a lovely morning here. It's a little bit chilly. I'm down here, pin high down to the right, and look, we've got a couple of areas where we've got a nice smooth drop off. Not a gimme up and down. Even if you're having to hit a bomb down here pin high, you're not a guaranteed up and down. But Darby Muller's left a few little scrapes and scuffs in through here just to complicate the recovery shot a little bit. I mean, if I'm down here and here on the grass, I've still got the option to hit a lofted club onto the green. I can still get my putter out. I can do the hybrid bump and run. I could do a 7-iron bump and run. We got a lot of different shot options down through here. So there's the green seated. I'll just keep going around the back of the green. So I think, from my opinion anyway, this has produced almost exactly how I envisaged it on the plan. We're sort of ticking a lot of boxes here. We're making a very creative and interesting golf hole. We're reducing a lot of maintenance because of the sandy waste zones and the smaller bunkers. I think we're creating a much more beautiful golf course that's more in kind of harmony with the site here. As I look across the fence and look across in the little pine plantation across there, it's it's all got this rough and rugged look. I'm at the back of the green here, so we're going to put some of the native plants up through here, which hopefully hides a little bit of the fence. There's the left side of the green over there. Again, look, it's not silly, the drop-offs around the back of the green, but it won't be a gimme up and down. So yeah, once again, 5 weeks in, we're doing a little bit more hydroseeding today. We're at the back end of the growing season, so this will probably establish a little bit in the next sort of 7 to 10 days. But then it'll go a lot slower through the winter months and fire up again in September. So we need a few more months of growing through the September months, and it'll be the back end of the year. It may be sort of October, November by the time this hole's open. So as the members walk past to play the temporary 8th hole. I think today's going to be a very good day. They've got 180 going through the comp here, and now that it's been painted green, they can see a lot more of what's going on rather than all the dirt that was shaped up before. So now I'm pin high down on the left-hand side of the green, and you can probably see this very dramatic slope in front, which will make a very nasty front left pin position, which means I really want to come in from that right-hand side of the fairway. So really pleased with what's going on here. And you can see the fescue will come out to where the sprayed area is, and then we're just going to go into this native stuff that's already here. There's a bit of fern, there's a bit of kangaroo grass, there's all these other little native grasses, and it's simple, sandy. You know, it's going to be almost like hitting out of a rough bunker out of this sort of stuff. But in saying that, you're 20 metres offline here, so you're going to have to play. You're going to have to cop a penalty for missing the green by 20-25 metres. So all going good. Project's fantastic. We're down the other end, storming away with the new practice facility, which also looks fantastic. But I think this will be a really cool golf hole when it opens up later in the year.